Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Roosevelt Show. I'm your host, Roosevelt. I got my co-host up in here, Hunted P, Big LA. Shout out to Milo. Shout out to Taurus. We got a special guest in here tonight too to represent the ladies. Just in case y'all thought, you know, uh, uh, we don't represent for the women. She finna put it down for us tonight. But before we get into that, y'all know I gotta run this intro. We'll see y'all in about a minute or so. Yeah. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and drop a bomb for us while we up in here, man. One time. One time. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Roosevelt Show. Again, I'm your host, Roosevelt. We up in here. Uh, it's been a couple of weeks since you seen us podding. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. I recently lost a close loved one, my sister, um, who passed away. Um, and that kind of affected me. It kind of bothered me, as it should. I had to get an understanding of what God was trying to tell me, and how to work myself through that. But I appreciate everybody that provided the support, whether it was financially, whether it was phone calls, whether it was inboxes, whether it was text. um, Sincerely from my heart, I want to tell each and everybody, I thank you. Support is real, and it was very much needed. And now, you know, honestly, my sister, she would have probably told me, nigga, it's time to get back to work. So henceforth, this is where we at tonight. Before we get started, I like to go around the panel. As y'all see, we got a special guest in the building tonight, Brooklyn. She's out on the East Coast, staying up for us. So I want to appreciate that and acknowledge her. You know what I mean? I want to start with her. Miss Brooklyn, please introduce yourself and how was your week, my sister?
Oh my gosh, it's been a week. It's been a week. Anybody on the East Coast down south already know it's 4 days into spring and we are dying of pollen. Like
Mm,
physically, it is like literally a sandstorm, but just pollen. It is unbelievable. So yeah, we just try to breathe right now. We just try to make it like it is horrible. And all
for
the
real.
cheap generic allergy medicine is gone, so you stuck spending the $20-$30 on the expensive crap.
Real shit. You say you spending that money on that Zyrtec right now.
Oh my god, yes. I'm like, y'all ain't shit for making me have to spend all of it. Kids, adults, all the generic stuff is gone. You're only left with the expensive stuff.
Right,
But
right.
hey, I mean, I'm still here, so it's a blessing.
Facts. I'm happy to have you. Shout out to Hunted P for linking us, finally getting it in. Hunted P, man, how was your week this week, my brother?
I mean, it's been good, man. We here. Nice week. My wife and kids, man. Enjoying this weird California weather. We've been getting a lot of rain out here lately and shit, but it's
Lucky.
been a nice week, man. A lot of crazy stuff going on today, just going down to LA tonight.
Is that right?
Yep. I don't know if
Mm,
y'all been watching the news, but like my wife was telling me, I guess one of the migrant guys on TikTok was telling people in LA, the migrants to raid people houses tonight. So if LAPD put out a citywide high alert,
Wow, that sounds interesting. That sounds,
What?
man. What the fuck?
What? What?
What are you like? Wow, that, bro. That's kind of serious
So
right
so
there.
we
Yeah.
so we back on our 100 days, 100 nights type shit.
I mean, you know what? I don't know. I think that's that's kind of crazy, for you to say something like that on social media. That guy, encouraging people to run up in the migrants that made it over to run up in people's houses because you're going to get somebody hurt.
Why would you make your
Yeah,
situations? Why would you make your situation worse? That's my question.
right, right.
That's where I get curious. That if you're a migrant and it's already gonna be tough for you, why would you sit there and like purposely want to make it even harder?
You gonna fuck around and catch a case,
That's what I'm
and
saying. No,
hey, hey,
they
you
gonna
know,
shoot your ass back.
Because they lump up and clump up together like oatmeal. So they
This
can't be separated. You know? If they all do it as one.
yeah, but still, I mean, you fuck around, you risking two things for sure. You gonna fuck around and get your ass shot, or you gonna fuck around and catch a case, and then you gonna end up being deported anyway. So
exactly. That's
how
how
does that benefit,
make it
the
make sense.
cause? Right, right, right. That should sound weird, man.
It definitely
Whoever put that out there somebody need to slap the shit out that motherfucker.
does.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Not like that, but like that.
And it's
Right.
crazy. And a lot of the people who want to stir up this shit consider themselves very religious people. But you're like, come on, man. Like, what's up with the hate and all this fucking violence? That ain't what's religious about that.
Uh, see, I was trying not
You
to go
have to
down that
think
rabbit
about.
hole, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
The
Man, let's go
religion,
down, man.
thing, yo, I asked somebody this question the other day, like we got so many religions out there, right? Who's to say who is, the person, right? And I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes, nothing like that. But it's like it's a lot of religions, right? Um, and it seems for the most part that most of these religions are practicing, getting right with yourself, peace, and some of these things.
No hate.
No hate, right? Right. What do y'all think is the underlying condition of the religion? You know, is it something that is man created, or did it actually come from the heavens?
I mean, well, some of that was man created. I mean, hell, I mean, you can. I mean, shit. That's nothing to really really study about. I mean, some of that stuff was created some not too long ago. I mean, you got some that's out right now. If y'all know what I'm talking about, they all over now over the world now that some people go to. Um, but a lot of that was man made. I mean, if you really do research and history, for people who really dig deep, look at what Putin put out. Look at some of the artifacts he just put out on people. You know what I'm saying? So if you really dig deep and know the truth, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these religions were made up after things.
Yeah.
to benefit them.
To benefit them. A lot of it was used for a method of control, and some people, I tell my wife this all the time, and I don't mean no harm to the older crowd, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we weren't born yesterday ourselves, but the people older than us, you know. I said you can't be in that old nigga syndrome, that mentality, like, what I'm saying? Like, oh man, he just whooped your ass, he just stumped you out, but just go home and pray. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. This
Turn
2024.
turn the other cheek is what they say.
Yeah,
It's what they,
turn. Well, see, you can't say that no more because times has changed. Turn the other cheek may mean something else today.
oh shit.
No, no, man, no,
Oh shit.
no. That's BS. Straight up.
Speak on it.
In our time, we knew the difference between words. It wasn't about me too. It wasn't about. Man, people soft nowadays. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. They soft, they touchy. Anything they hear that they don't like, they complain about, and it has a different meaning from what it actually stands for. Makes no sense.
Can't say shit at work no more. Everybody get offended. You know, it's like,
Or
damn, man.
or 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 is it that we were just falsely taught that we can talk to people how we want to talk to, and other people are supposed to just take it?
You know
Hello.
what? You know what? I think that come from home because moms used to
Mm-hmm.
get at us kind of sideways. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Then you go into the world and they talk to you all try to talk to you almost the same way as your mama talked to you.
My thing was always, and I say it a lot when I hear stuff, especially in the workplace. I'm like, weren't we taught as kids, like, if you ain't got nothing that's nice to say, don't say nothing at all, or
Yep.
treat people how you want to be treated. So if you wouldn't want me to come out my neck at you, then what in the fuck makes you think it's okay for you to come out your neck at me? That's my, like, that always blew my mind. Because the same people that be real quick to be like, oh my God, that's so disrespectful. Step on AJ.
Okay, see now you're talking about a Karen. You're talking about a whole Karen.
And there's a whole lot of them, but
Let's get to
unfortunately,
it.
a lot of them are hiding within our own community now. But because they're not white, we're not gonna label them as a Karen. Well, we're gonna label them as a what? A
We
keeper.
call them we call them
No, they
Stanleys,
still
like from
Karens.
Friday. Can you get off my grass? They
Nope, nope,
Stanleys.
They
nope.
Stanleys.
Stanley wouldn't have did this much complaining. Mm-mm.
That nigga
I
said,
watched a
"Yeah,
lady stop a
wow."
family. Bro, I watched a family get stopped by a privileged lady and her husband because they got into the drive-through before them and sat there, called the police, kept them from feeding their child for a good 20, 30 minutes just because they got into the line before the lady was able to turn around and get into the line. I'm talking about this a 54-year-old lady, and I mean,
But you know what though? And I know this is going to sound so bad because I love to take myself out of situations and just look at it from perspectives. Like I have a deep seated interest in psychology and just why do people do what they do, right?
Mm.
they feel
And
entitled.
I hear that, and you know what immediately pops in my head is when Popeyes came out with that damn chicken sandwich, and black people were physically assaulting each other in parking lots, ramming each other, in like literally hitting each other's car. Like I was here first.
Still
So
to
I'm
this
like,
day,
okay,
never
which
had
one's
one.
the safer scenario here? Like that's what pops in my head. Like we were literally trying to kill each other, and I think people actually got stabbed, got hurt. There was violence
Somebody
over a
got
chicken
shot.
sandwich. Yeah,
Somebody got
over
shot.
a
Yeah.
chicken sandwich though.
You
Over a
had
fucking
folks out,
chicken sandwich.
bro. You had folks out there selling a $5 sandwich for $20 because the line was an hour and a half long.
Yes.
This
And I
shit
Yeah.
hot
mean, and I
too.
mean, and I mean, literally, people was literally
Yeah.
coming up off of this. I'm talking about they go spend $40 for 8 sandwiches and turn around and make almost 200.
Yeah. So
That's
my
wild.
thing is with the Karen in the parking lot, I always think if we focus more on what the hell we're doing within our own community to each other first,
Mm.
and we address that, that's where that lump comes in at. That's where that oatmeal you talk about. That's where that that union, that unity will come in at, where it
Mm.
will be a lot easier to say how that woman gonna stop that family from feeding and it not be looked at as weren't y'all just shooting each other over a chicken sandwich?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's always me. I always look at it from like, okay, well, what could we have done better to be
Now
taken seriously?
that's some real shit.
Well,
You
you
know.
gotta think. We all feel it. Us as a people, and I say this as black people, we have one of the highest entitlement rates in this country.
Let's get into it.
We
Let's
have
get
one of the
into
high,
it.
like real talk. We have one of the highest entitlement rates in the country, even higher than the so-called white people that were here before, that were supposedly here before us. Oh, my great grandmother, 15 family links back in the family tree was a slave, so I feel entitled in 2024, and I don't know half of my family lineage or history. It
Who?
makes no sense.
Say it again for the people in the back, though.
Mm.
Oh, well, you don't know them. You don't even know what they look like. All you know is they was your peoples, or somebody claimed they was your peoples, and now you feel entitled.
I'm
Rep-
wondering, I'm speaking on my own. I'm wondering where the biracial and mixed people fit into that, because I sit here and I don't know about anybody else, but I always speak for myself. When they start talking about, what is it, oh shit,
reparations.
reparations,
Reparations. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, half of me, 50% of me is like, no, I'm gonna say 75% of me is like, yeah. And then there's that 25 that's like, bitch, you better shut the hell up because you know your grandmama white. Shut up. Like, I'm like,
See,
see,
that's the
I
whole.
don't think I could
That
get
be the
any
whole
of it
thing.
because there's still a part of me that is literally white and everybody behind her was white. So I'm like, and they was racist. So I'm like, yeah, I think I got to sit this one out. I'm gonna sit this one out, even
I,
though I have a black side. I'm like, I can't overlook those people. I lived with them, I heard them, so I'm like, yeah, where we fit in at?
I want to ask you a question, based off of that.
Mhm.
You kind of touched on something like, part of your family come from, the European side and part of them is black. Like, do you feel at some point like it's a possibility that, maybe some of your ancestors on the white side may have owned slaves?
Yeah,
I'm sure some were
Yes.
slaves
yeah,
on the other.
without a doubt, because my great grandmother outlived my grandmother, unfortunately. And my great grandmother, first of all, I have a very interesting background. We don't know that side of our family. We don't know where they come from.
Mhm.
So my great grandmother, we didn't even know her real age. Her social security number apparently didn't even exist. Don't ask me how the hell this woman was getting SSI with a non-existent social security number. So we did not know her age. She gave us like two different dates, so she was either 96 or 106. It was one of those.
Mm.
But when her Alzheimer's kicked in, oh my god, like, it was not one of those, oh, she's just becoming a little aggressive. It was like that whole past life of her came out full blown. And I
Yeah.
Every
remember
time.
I was like 14 and I came home from school, and I was like my great grandmother's best friend. That was my nana. I would come home and watch soap operas with her when I was a kid. Like, she was just everything. And I remember coming home one day, my mom had warned me, like, listen, she's getting older, so just be aware, like, she's doing stuff now. And I walked in the door and I was like, hey, Nana, like, you hungry? And she was like, you don't get your nigga ass out my house, and threw something at me. And
Wow.
I just kind of was like, what the fuck? And I literally, at this age, I was like, fuck you. And I slammed the door and left. And I
Yeah.
told my mom, like, you need to go feed her because I'm not, because she dead ass just caught me. And from that point, it got worse. Like, if she saw us, it would be moments where it was, oh, hey, Brooke. And then it was, you is in my house and you ends in my house. Get out of my house, you dirty. And I'm just like, this is in my house.
Yeah.
This is my great grandmother. This is the mother of my mother's mother. Like, this is in my blood. And
Yeah.
I'm like so confused. Like, I don't get it. How? And that's when my mom started telling me that, yes, she was very racist when my mother was a child. My grandmother used to make jokes when I asked her when I was like 5, why do you look like that? And I look like this. And she said, to piss your grandmother off, your great grandmother off.
Mm.
Like,
Whoa.
that's what she said. She was like, to piss
That's
your great
tough.
grandmother off.
That's
Because
tough.
she only dated black men. My grandmother was raised in the projects. She raised my mother in the projects, all my uncles in the, like, she was one of those hood white women. Like, you ain't fuck with my grandmother. Everybody knew her. She was a big woman. She ain't play. But unfortunately, she came from racism, and
Yeah.
then it showed its face to us. And at the time I'm going to school, I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, this crazy old lady. But when I got to like 5th or 6th grade, and they started talking about slavery, I'm like,
Mm.
I got this woman
It
in my
opened up
house.
your eyes. It
I'm
opened
like,
up your
I'm
eyes
living
on
with
that.
one of these things. Like, and then it's like, what do you do? Do you tell somebody like my nana racist? Like, so you just kind of, I just internalized it. Like, it was just like, that's my blood. That's my family. I bathed this woman. Like, when she
Yeah.
was at that age and she couldn't even get in and out, I bathed this woman. I helped her. And she was raised. Like, yeah, I lived with that shit. Like,
That's tough, man. Like,
yeah.
salute to you to even be able to like not really spaz out because you easily could have, but you took the what they say the higher road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Knowing, your grandmother got dementia. I'm pretty sure Granny knew how to fry some of the best chicken in the hood, even if she was white. You know what I'm saying? But that's tough, man.
Yeah,
That's
because when I saw her, I still
Now,
looked at
now,
her
Roosevelt,
as the woman I knew. I didn't
right.
look at her of who she was reverting back to, because I didn't look. It wasn't a she's changing into something else. It was literally she's going, like my uncles were telling me, no, this is who she really is. Like you're seeing what we were raised with. But
Yeah.
when I came along, I guess I don't know, something changed in her. She never talked like that before. She
Mhm.
loved me. Like we would spend hours together literally watching soap operas. But it was like, no, this is who she really is. So now you're seeing it.
it
But
was
I
that all.
still would never,
Honestly, it was that Alzheimer's.
huh?
It was that Alzheimer's for real.
Yeah.
Dementia. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's something real.
My uncle
That's
said it was
mental
a
health
form
ain't
of
no
her
joke,
demons
people.
coming
That's all I
back.
say.
I was gonna ask you too, like on that, just in general, do y'all feel like some of the people that may have tried to throw a rug over their racism, try to, keyword, right? Like now that they get older, you know, it's certain things that come out to where you realize, damn, like you was really like this the whole time type shit. You know what I mean? Like for instance, some people say, Donald Trump is a racist, you know. Um
But hey, you know what's so crazy? How people say Donald Trump is a racist, but how many us black people have some black or Hispanic partners that's racist as a motherfucker? But we don't say shit about that.
yeah.
I honestly felt like when I first heard it, I didn't understand what he meant because of what he was talking about. But when I take just the terminology he used or the words he used, and I looked at other situations, I feel like Chris Rock was dead on when he said our community has a really bad habit of selective outrage,
Mm,
and
selective
I really
outrage. Mm,
really agreed with that when I started the whole R. Kelly docu series, this Nickelodeon docu series, all these docu series coming out, and seeing how people are responding to them, the whole Trump situation. Like we really do pick and choose who we about to like cancel. Like we
yeah.
really do. Oh no, he got good music. Nah, whatever he did is his business. But I'm still stepping in the name of love. Like the nigga was
Hey,
sick, bro.
hey, but you know what's so crazy? It's like we talked about this some episodes ago. You know what I'm saying? Like people who grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like how many? I say it again. How many cats? In the hoods. The gangster cats back in the '90s, in their early 20s to mid 20s, was messing with one of their homegirls from the hood. That was probably 16, 17. Nobody thought nothing about that.
Hmm. Yeah, I
It
feel like
seems,
our generation is coming out now. Like
yeah,
everyone from that early, from the '90s back, all of those incorrect things we were doing is
yeah.
now being shown because a lot of us are becoming parents and we looking at our kids like I wish a motherfucker would.
And
Facts.
it's kind of crazy though, because if you listen to some of the artists nowadays, like that was even back then, some of the songs that they put out back in the days, the albums, they had to go back and edit some of the things out.
Mm-hmm.
So you go back on some of these artists. I'm talking about big artists from the '90s. Y'all know who was booming on the West Coast in the '90s. Listen to some of their songs and the shit they talked about. If you got the original CDs, it's still on there. But if you listen to it now, some of the stuff they
Okay.
said that was suspect is out of it.
Yep. It was
Yeah.
definitely changed. And it is crazy. I do look at our community and I'm just trying to find ways of how can we improve it. And of course, for me, I feel like it starts with my kids. That's where I
Breaking
can start.
generational curses. Breaking those
Yeah,
generational curses. Because they
exactly.
right now, with the technology that is, exposed to them, they can change so much for us. They can. You know what I mean? They have a lot more opportunities presented to them nowadays with, all the technology that's currently going on. We catching it. Like if y'all know, I'm pretty sure everybody up here remember when it wasn't no Facebook. It
Hmm.
wasn't no Instagram. Shit, it was barely
MySpace.
it was It was barely internet. You know
You
what I'm
had to
saying?
pay. You had to pay to go sit in that fucking internet cafe.
Hey, Rose, shit, you back in the day in the 90s, LA, you had the party line on the telephone.
Party
Shit, people don't remember.
the party
Hey
line.
man, hey
Also,
man, say man,
you know,
that
was
party line to get you lined up.
it was things like this that we had when we was growing up. But now, like these kids, they have so you can basically fucking become a lawyer online. All you got to
Well,
do is go do the research and obtain the knowledge. You know
well,
what I
hey,
mean?
that's true. A lot of people don't know in California, you don't have to go to law school to become an attorney. All you got to do is take the bar and
Right,
pass it.
right,
That's
right.
insane.
That's what I'm saying. So
What
back
all
to
the damn money?
what Sis saying. Brooklyn saying is it takes we gotta help these excuse me, we gotta help these kids and push them to be able to break these generational curses. It is so important. It's it's almost like
How
because right
can
now we the last of the dinosaurs, whether y'all know it or not. This age
Yep.
group right here, this is the last of the dinosaurs. Our grandmothers and grandfathers and aunties and uncles are slowly leaving us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So right now, it started with us right now. And we having kids. Some of our kids, shout out to my daughter. She finna turn 18 tomorrow. See what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like, get her off to college, get her on the right path to where she can be the change. You don't
mm,
have to, go work a 9 to 5. If you do, no problem. I ain't knocking nobody that do that. But how about learning how to own your own business to where you can hire some people
mm.
now to be able to change the narrative, if you want to say. You know what I mean? These things are vital and very important in the community. And we fucking up. We fucking up.
I
You
Bad.
know,
mean, we got to get back to being a community, and I'm gonna say it because a lot of people don't want to believe it. But yes, you're gonna have to trust somebody if you want to make it in this world and make it, and you want to have a business or whatever. Don't think you're gonna do it on your own, run everything on your own. You're gonna have to trust somebody. But the thing is, you better watch who you trust.
That part.
yeah. There's a lot of backdoor stuff going on out there. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Uh, you can't trust everybody.
mm,
Your
mm.
right hand man, they say the closest one to you will do you. That's some real talk right there, but if we don't get on the right path, this world, these other countries, I'm just saying America in general, we far behind.
Well, we
Mhm.
we got we got to change the narrative of that. Like you just said, your right hand man to be the one to do you. Let's change that. Let's tell people, try to find that small percentage of the ones who did have that right hand man who didn't screw you over. You know what I'm saying? It's something out there. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
how are
few.
we able to do that when all they do is brainwash through social media, radio, and frequency waves? How are we supposed to do that when they tell
Get
us
off
Easy,
it.
easy. Turn your
when they
phone off.
when
Get
they
off it.
There you
Get
okay,
go.
off it.
yeah, okay, y'all say get off of it.
Hmm.
Now we get a little bit more now we get a little bit more basic. Street signs, billboards, posters.
Become more aware of yourself. Do the inner work first.
Ooh, you giving a lot of them a little too much credit right now.
No,
Hey, I'm gonna. I
No,
could break.
because
Hey,
because
They
at
got
the
to
end
be
of the day,
mentally they got to be mentally strong to be able to do that, and
but at
a
the end of the
lot of
day,
Americans not mentally strong.
and that's the problem. How long are we going to continue as adults, grown ass motherfucking adults, that could use that as an excuse of why you fucking up?
mm,
Stop it.
Hey, I didn't say I used it. I'm just saying what you know. What I'm
Not you, homie.
saying.
Not you. I'm just because
that's
I actually
I
have been
know, I know.
I've been like really thinking about this shit heavy, even for myself, where I'm like feeling down, like damn, I'm not where I want to be. Da, da, da. I look back at my life and my decisions. I'm like, I can't be mad at nobody because I made those choices. So when I look around me and I hear other people will be like, damn, I just feel this or I feel like that. And then they'll jump to their, but I didn't have this growing up. And then I look over and I'm just like, but how long are we going to keep using that?
right.
Before that it's old now. Like how long are we going to hold on to what we didn't have, what we weren't exposed to? Because the same way our children are exposed to this stuff and they catching on like this, we have the same fucking access.
Facts.
You have the same resources in front of you. It's just up to you to actually use them. And I feel like that is a part of the slave mentality that has been conditioned into us through our DNA, through the years of, oh my God, I grew up in the hood, man. I wasn't exposed to stuff. I suffer from depression. I suffer from this. I suffer from that. And it's like, okay, but what the fuck are you going to do about it? You just going to sit around and talk about it?
Mm.
Where
You
is that
know,
getting you?
you know what? I mean, that's true. That's 100% accurate. But I will say that,
Hold on,
speaking on,
hold on, P. I gotta drop
yeah,
a bomb for a nigga. She dropping them gems right now. Hold on, nigga. Hold on. God damn. Yeah.
Told you
Shit.
that.
Go ahead, P. My bad. Keep
yeah.
laying.
No,
I'm
you good, man.
I'm soaking up the game right now. Like
Yeah.
this this is powerful. Some people need to hear this shit. No more excuses is what she's saying, ladies and
Yeah, I
gentlemen.
mean, you can't make excuses, and that's the problem right now. You see a lot of, I mean, I'll be real. Look at a lot of these cats you see in front of the liquor stores at the gas station trying to pump your gas. Just look at their face. Some of them still looking like they blaming somebody for some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come
Yes.
on, man. Like, hey, bro, let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit go and move on with your life and better yourself. You know what I'm saying? But like some things though you can't get over. I will say that growing up in South Central LA during the gangbang era, it's a lot of shit that we seen growing up that no kid we seen some shit in LA before we was 10 years old that some people wouldn't see in Iraq.
PTSD for real.
You know
For
what I'm
real.
saying? I
I have
mean,
that.
Okay.
we had a like when it come to not using that as an excuse, but I'm using that as an excuse for resources. When you have a heavy crime area, a lot of things ain't gonna come in that area that's resourceful to you.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You're speaking more on the environment.
The environment, like you know what
Okay.
I'm saying, like
Yes.
the things that we needed around the time for us growing up, we didn't have,
Yeah.
shit. Like for example, a lot of people in high school when we were in high school, they had like excessive absences, like missing 75 days straight, not because they were dumb kids, they were scared to go to school because it was more black and Hispanic riots going on in the 90s, early 2000s that
Yeah.
people didn't know about because, like you say, social media wasn't big like that back then.
Yeah.
Been in a few of them myself at
I
job.
went I went to school like that too. I was literally just telling my kids, I was like, I remember how fucked up. It's not funny. I laugh at shit that's not funny, but it's a coping mechanism. I was like, I remember having to strip down coat, belt, shoes, everything just to get through the metal detectors, but you could not step foot through that door, that threshold until everything was off. So it don't matter. Even in New York, it's below zero. It's snowing and you are dead standing outside
You just gonna be
14,
a
15,
cold ass.
16, freezing your ass off because you can't get through that. Like, and I just thought about it, and I remember moving down here, down south, just seeing the yellow buses. I was like, "But y'all actually ride buses?" I was like, "Up north, those are for special kids." I was like, "We took the train at 14. I was 14 riding the train by myself to school. Like,
City bus, city
Taking the
transportation.
taking the
For real.
I
city
was like,
bus,
wait, y'all, I walked
walking,
myself.
all
Like,
that.
Yeah.
so I definitely understand the resources if it's not provided to you. But then again, it's still up to you to figure out how to obtain them, because again, as long as you have access to the internet, you have the world literally in the palm of your hands. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
why
that's
some
true.
of those people blow up on social media, because they don't have the resources outside, and they use what they got, and all of a sudden, boom.
But you know what? You know what's the problem that hurt some of us too in our communities? Like the small amount of people who did make it out, with the same environment we grew up in
Mhm.
without resources. The problem with some of them is that they didn't come back to help some people. They like, you know what, shit, look what all I went through to make it out. They got to do it on their own. That's what
And you
messed a
know
lot of
what?
people up.
I used to say that too when I was still living in Brooklyn. I used to be so ticked off with Jay-Z because he would come to Marcy and all the kids would get so excited. It wasn't what it looked like. It wasn't like he was handing out money, or they still got a jack. I don't know about now, but I know when I left, they playground was still not even. It was a death trap. Like, I was like, you could have at least fixed the playground. But again, if we start focusing more on ourselves and stop relying on other people and what they got going on, because it's like this, the way I look at it like this, because I apply even for, like, if I was dating when I started dating, coming from a divorce, I was like, okay, let's be real, you're divorced, you have kids, can't handle more kids. So I'm like, your dating pool is very small. Like, Brooke, be real. Like, don't come out here like, I better have a high value man. No, no, no. lower that shit down. Be real. Humble yourself. And then I started thinking like, okay, I can't sit here and expect somebody to look at me and be like, oh, I'm gonna be her savior. I'm gonna give her da 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 da. Because we all heard it. If you teach a man to fish, you feed that man for life. But if you
Facts.
give that man fish, I'm gonna feed you just for today. So
Facts.
it's like if anything, provide resources to those communities that will like allow them to have resources. You know what I'm saying? If you want to help your community out, maybe okay, first of all, I feel like every child should have a safe place to play. That's first and foremost. They should have a center where they can go to that's not on the streets. That's first and foremost. I feel like invest in the school systems. These school systems is fucked up.
They fucked up.
They
I
are
agree.
fucked up. Those are
That
the places I feel personally, that's where those people that make it out, if they do want to help, that's where it should go. But I look at it like when I go to work and I bust my ass and I get my check, nigga, I don't want to give it to nobody. Let alone the bills. Like I gotta give it to somebody. I don't want to give that shit to nobody. I bust my ass for this shit. Why I gotta give it to you? What you do for it? You ain't did shit. Fuck you. Like that's how I feel. I was like, I was so bad. Like I don't nah. So I started thinking like, damn, dudes really be like going to work, busting their ass, and then spend it on women like they don't even know if it's gonna work, if they like anything like that. So like that was my that changed my mentality of as first of all, as far as dating, like, yeah, nah, let's just go to the park. Like, please don't spend your money on me because I know I'm tired as fuck of my
she
job.
say she
And
say I'm gonna eliminate the factor, nigga. Let's just go to the park. We ain't gotta go to
yeah,
the
like,
cheap.
please don't spend your money on me. I pay for my own meal. Like, please don't, because I don't even know if we gonna like each other, and I'm gonna feel like shit because I know damn well if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't be spending my money, my hard-earned money on you. So yeah. So then I started looking at the celebrities references or people that came out of the hood.
Hey,
They probably like, nigga, do you know what it took
Oh,
to where I'm
hey,
at?
hey, Rose, what Jeremy Myers said? He said, where you in the South, Brooklyn?
I saw that, but I don't like telling. I'm in Georgia. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, yeah.
I'll
We
leave it there because I don't like
undisclosed,
telling people.
undisclosed location. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I'm in
saying?
Georgia. Shout out
Yeah.
to Jerry, but yeah, no.
He said the country Georgia.
Salute,
Salute,
Tommy.
salute to my nigga network in the building, AK Oxy watching, man. The official T Murdoch. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. Uh that's funny as hell though, Brooklyn. You say you rather for a nigga to take you to the park instead of taking you out just in case, right? You
Yeah,
ain't feeling them. It ain't no love lost. This man done spent some money and now
And
he
and
might feel some type of way because like, damn, I done took her out to this nice ass rest, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's
and that
smart
shit is
as
crazy.
that
That
shit
shit,
blows
hey,
my mind.
that
that's
shit is
smart.
crazy. The shit you see on social media too, especially them ladies talking about you gotta take me here. And I be saying to myself sometimes looking at the videos
Oh
like,
yeah, that
man,
list is
look,
crazy.
I for my
That list is crazy.
like come on, like some of them ladies, I'm like, you're 46 and this dude is like 28. You're lucky to be with him. Nah, he gotta do all this. Like, come on, man.
That's crazy.
I feel like that right there is an algorithm that is designed to continuously provide division among the black community. That's that toxic shit they keep feeding us, and a lot of people in general, women and men, will see it and they will internalize that shit and go around like, yeah, women all day. I've had so many guys when I was on a dating scene. I tried the online dating, COVID hit, so I'm like, shit, I ain't going nowhere. So I tried the online dating thing, and literally so many guys were like, wow, I really thought you was one of those high maintenance chicks. And I'm like, why? And they was like, oh, from your pictures. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not.
Willie P.
Like,
Willie P.
yeah, like
Appreciate
what? What do you mean? Like, I don't
Uh-oh.
get it.
Hey,
And
hey, hey, that's OG Willie B. Not to cut you off, brother. What up, Willie B? Hey, that's a real OG. People didn't know, man. He threw the football to Chad Johnson in college. You know what I'm saying? So shout that's a quarterback right there, Willie B.
hey,
Facts. Now you are spoiler for real. Number four. You gotta believe it. Real Willie B, man. Shout out OG. I appreciate you for tuning in. Uh let's talk about the dating scene. It,
this
you brought
is
it up.
fucking nightmare.
You know.
That's the
Wait a
most
minute.
toxic shit.
Wait
It
a minute.
is. It is.
Oh, why? Wait, why do you feel it's a toxic scene? Do you feel like because I don't know
It's a
from a woman's
It
perspective?
is. It
Why do you feel
is.
It's a
It's weird.
it's a fucking competition. And they're using social media to keep black. The post I've saved some because I'm like I want to make lives about them or go on my podcast and talk about them, but I'm just like I have to really like map it out because I can't lose my shit. But there's so many of these little games they play. I don't know if you've seen them now where they'll bring somebody on and it's black people and they have balloons. And as soon as they come in, people will start popping their balloons
Oh, you
and
know
then they
what?
go up to the ones who popped it
I
first and they're
seen
like,
that
watch
shit.
it.
Seen
Bro,
that.
Shorty came
What is that
on.
craziness? I ain't heard of
Shorty
that.
came on. She said she was in finance. She did personal training on the side. Shorty had on a classy, very well fitted brown dress, beautiful high heel shoes on her toes. Shorty looked real pretty, beautiful brown skin. One dude, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to clown nobody. I just always laugh at how people will judge people. It's like they see themselves above other people.
Wasn't
And
it the
he
little
was like,
short guy that popped his balloon?
no, first of all, that one was funny because most of those guys seemed like they were intimidated by her. And I feel like that's the problem. That's one of the first problems. You see a black woman put together and you automatically be like, oh, she gonna be hot maintenance. No. I ain't fucking with her.
Cause they
And
used to
because
hood rats. That's why.
who?
I said, cause a lot of these niggas used to hood rats. You know, a classy woman to them ain't nothing like that. It's a
They
chick
don't
in
know
the
how to
hood
match that. They
that
don't
wear
know. And you know
clean
what that tells
Jordans.
me?
That's
That
a
tells me
Oh
that they
Lord,
want a
I'm not
yes
going
girl.
there with you tonight, P.
that's a dinosaur considered to uh, you know, classy woman is a dinosaur. Nowadays, I think the most men on the dating scene, at least the young ones, they want you gonna hold my strap for me in your purse. You know what I'm saying? Like that
You saw
kind of
my
shit.
face.
You know what I mean? Yeah. They want them kind of women. You know what I'm
Let me
saying?
tell you something. Once you
Can't
Hey,
pass
even
that,
hey, what you say? They want them type of women that's gonna let their homie in the room while they hitting a few times every now and then. You know.
oh my god,
can't even cook a
Yeah,
pot of rice.
they want the
real
sexy
true.
reds. They want the
Can't
sexy
even cook a
reds.
pot of rice. You know what I'm
And that, you
saying?
know what? I'm glad he just said that. The sexy reds, they want them celebrity chicks that's talking shit because even Meg the Stallion came out and was like, all that 12-inch. I need a Cobra. She was like, I can't even. This nigga won't stop. Cardi said the same shit. She was like, Offset be wearing me the fuck out, but they on track talk about somehow I want it so I can't fucking breathe and shit, and knowing damn well that your ass be in there about to throw up. Like nigga, stop, because it's
Who
not
the
real.
fuck was that? Real talk.
It's not fucking real. And then these niggas go out thinking that shorties actually like that shit. Women go out thinking I gotta be this shit. And the next thing you know, you fucking throwing up on a nigga dick. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh
Personally,
Lord.
Well,
separate
Who
those
hey,
the
dicks.
heck?
that ain't nothing new. People forget when remember the hip hop queen back in the day threw up on stage. Remember?
Who you talking about, man? Refresh my
Um,
memory.
yeah, y'all don't remember when that performance Lil Kim puked on stage?
Oh,
Oh
oh,
no.
they
God,
was they was saying that she had to get her stomach pumped or something like that.
Yeah,
Before,
allegedly.
allegedly, you know what I mean? Allegedly. Willie B said, "Who are anybody to judge if you're not perfect?"
Hey,
precisely.
shit, nobody perfect, man. You know what I'm saying?
Precisely.
Nobody. Hey, you know what's so crazy? Hey, something I want to run by y'all, man. Something that I overheard a few people talking about in the streets, man, that I found kind of crazy. Old boy was on the phone, said, "Yeah, that's wild, man." He said, "That's crazy because him and her didn't even really get out like that. I guess she thought he did something, so she went to old boy, and he recorded it. Yeah, man, and that she let old boy get up and everything. All they. I was like, wow. I said, so basically." I guess I put the story together. I guess the dude that she was dating must have did something where she thought he cheated, and so she went out and had sex with some guy. She let the dude she don't know, hit the ass, the cat, everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
That's
damn, why do people do that? Why would you do that to yourself because you're mad at somebody else?
well,
That's like,
you
who
know,
said it? What famous person said that's like drinking poison and expecting it to affect your opponent? Like,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly,
You
exactly.
out here giving up your cat. What they got to do with me?
what the fuck?
Willie B said it.
Like,
You actually causing more damage to yourself
yourself.
by,
You
by
degraded yourself.
trying. I
Yes.
trying to get revenge. You know what I'm saying? In that
And
matter,
then
right?
you find out I ain't do nothing. Now you talking about baby come home. Nah, I'm cool.
Now you big
Yeah,
man.
I'm cool.
You
Now
And
you
not, and
changed
big.
it.
not
I'm
or
sorry.
she
You
wanna
changed it.
make you mad. She gonna be faithful now to a married man. Shit.
Now that right there, I don't know why that's become a trend, but there are so many women that are so prideful about being the side piece to a married man in
Mm,
the black community.
And back in
mm.
the day, that was frowned upon.
That makes my stomach turn.
It's
No,
To
no,
crazy.
no, no, no. Because hey, listen, it used to occur back in the day. You remember when Shirley had to call Barbara?
Shirley, this
You,
is Shirley. No,
that
Barbara, this is
shit,
Shirley.
you
Barbara, this is
know what
Shirley.
I'm talking about. That shit
Shit,
happened.
hey, nowadays, hey, Shirley and Barbara both fucking them. Shit.
I
I just
mean,
I feel like when it comes to cheating on your spouse, first of all, if you're spiritual and you made that commitment before the Lord, you realize you gotta take that up with him, right? Like you fucked. Not in
And
this
you
life.
see, a lot of people screw because hell, at church, a lot of their pastors is fucking everybody. So hell, they don't know no better.
Please don't get me started on that.
uh oh,
Please don't
uh,
get
What you
me
mean?
started.
What you mean?
I was raised
It's
in
a
a
speak.
pastor
Baptist
writing.
church.
It's a pastor right now fucking on one of his deacons.
Oh, Baptist,
I
hey,
was
uh,
raised.
that
I was
missionary Baptist.
It be the ones that will throw
Mm.
Bible verses at you, and I'm not even saying this out of no from hearing it. I'm talking about I watched this woman older than me. I'm not even gonna tell you who she was, how I knew her. Older than me, my mama's age. You will throw Bible verses at me. You will tell me how to be in my marriage. You will tell me all this stuff, and I'm watching you pop pills, smoke weed, and drink till you pass the fuck out, and then the next day you in church. Hallelujah.
Oh, that ain't it. If she doing all that, you know somebody was getting up in there. Shit.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
wasn't her husband, but we gonna leave it at that.
I figured that.
Uh oh.
We not gonna.
That's why she was doing it. Because if she had a husband who got down like that, she would have been getting high with him. You know?
It was a situation like basically Sierra and freaking Russell, how the husband was considered a simp because he was a good man.
Yeah.
And ain't that crazy? Like he's a
The
good man
backwards,
because he ain't going upside your fucking head.
backwards, that backwards shit. Oh, he a simp because he respects her. What
He's just
the fuck?
like oh man, yeah, I need a real nigga. I need somebody that's gonna blacken my eye.
And
That's
women
how
talking about she only getting the money. What money? She got her own fucking
she got
what
her own.
money?
Yeah.
What fucking money? She's with a good man. I don't understand how that is frowned upon. Y'all, where was that energy when she was fucking with the future? Where was that energy at?
And you know
Nah,
what's so crazy? A lot of people forget the images that used to float around when they were together. And it don't look like Future was the only one high in those pictures.
It
but see,
definitely didn't.
here's the thing: society made that shit okay. They appreciate the thug nigga. They, let's be real. You know what I mean? The honest guy that goes to work, take care of his family, he's more so frowned upon. You know
They
what I
He's
mean?
love fucking
he's an idiot. He's an
He,
idiot because he's with one woman.
yeah,
simp.
he's a simp.
That's the
Exactly.
dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. I swear to God, that's the dumbest shit I have ever heard in my life as a woman, as
He's
a
no
black woman.
he's no fun. He we don't. Oh, he's a party pooper because this is the type of shit you hear. But you know what's so crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people like this. You know, me being married to my wife, shit, that's been the best time of my life. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people talk that shit like, oh, I'm gonna miss out on something. Oh, doing this, that, and that. Man, you ain't missing shit, man. Trust me, especially for dudes that single who
Shit,
want to
at this
sleep
point,
around.
you better be happy you missing shit. Probably STDs and fucking shit like that.
Man, hey, they got all kind of shit that you man, all kind
Man,
of shit.
facts.
That's
Facts.
the scariest shit in the world.
Let me hit the
That's the
button
scariest.
again.
Let me tell you something from a woman's perspective. When I was dating, the most scariest shit, and I swear on everything, you would be surprised at I'm gonna keep it a buck, even if it make me look bad. Fuck it. You'll be surprised at how fast a man would be about to initiate sex without a condom. And when I tell you, I react as if you got a gun between your legs and you about to blow my fucking stomach out.
Mm.
Because if this is the first time we're being intimate, first of all, I don't give a fuck how many times we've been intimate. If I see your papers, don't come near me. But if this is the first time we being intimate and you about to go raw dog, nigga, you nasty motherfucker. You nasty because I'm pretty sure you've done that with a whole lot of other women. You don't
Mm.
know me that well for you to pull out raw dog and want to start like, whoa, what is you doing?
Other
Yeah,
women
real.
in the ass too, probably.
And that's it.
Oh
Oh, my
wow.
pH balance off. You crazy as
Yeet.
hell.
Yeet. You know what I'm
You
saying?
crazy as hell. And it's a lot of guys that do that shit.
Willie B said he's a thug and there's nothing wrong with being with one woman.
Hey,
Respect.
because that's a real one.
Yeah.
That's a real
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Real shit. Real
These
shit.
guys, I don't know. Both men and women, they done fucked our brains up.
It's society. That's what I think it is. It's easier to have access to what you want out here. You know, back in the day, you used to have to go on dates, courtship. You know,
Courtship.
to
Mm-hmm.
understand
Not,
if you really
now
like this.
you ain't got to do that now. You just go on Figaro and whatever you want. If you want a Puerto Rican, a Middle Eastern, if you want to date a black girl, just go pay that $125 and she yours for the next hour.
You stupid.
That nigga said, I've been a straight host, so I know. Willie,
What? Let me tell you something though.
Willie
Let
be
me
a
tell you
fool.
something.
Ah,
Cause this shit blew
my
my mind.
nigga a fool.
I'm trying to overlook what the fuck he just said.
What? What
Yo,
Y'all ain't got
nigga?
no good sense. Y'all ain't got no
Uh,
good sense.
this
It's all
Hey,
good.
hey, hey, Big LA. Hey, Big L. I told you a couple weeks ago, man. Me and my wife was rolling down Fig. It was some drunk, like Middle Eastern chick in the street, young broad, half naked, just talking
Oh
about
Lord, where's that
120 for
PP at?
everything. 120 for everything. Man, you should have saw these two little young Hispanic dudes, man. They hit a hook slide so fast in that scat pack, and they was like, hey.
trying to get
yo,
at it, you
And
know.
let me guess, all four of them pieced up for that one time in life.
No, it was two, man. They paid the 60 a piece to get herpes, probably.
Like I said,
ew,
they pieced up. I'm cool.
that is
Yo,
so gross.
I mean, that's really what's going on in society today, though. Real
And
shit.
it's
Like,
sad. It's sad. I mean,
fuck, like niggas don't even go on dates no more, nigga. You just, are we going to the club tonight after the club? This is my first time meeting you. I'm coming to your house, or we finna get a room and we finna get it in.
well, hey, you know what? That's going to be obsolete pretty soon because if you haven't paid attention, the street vendors are putting the restaurants out of business. People aren't going to the restaurants no more because you're getting some of the best food off the street nowadays, especially in LA.
I'm about to say that's
Uh,
got to be a
Facts,
LA thing because I'll tell
facts.
you right now, down here in Georgia,
man, hey, I go right
Yeah,
now.
don't do it to yourself.
It's Saturday night right now. You can go anywhere, damn near any corner from wherever you at in South LA, West LA, East LA, in walking distance and get a meal. You can probably get whatever you want, the best Mexican food, best Salvadorian food, whatever, fried fish right now, shit, all that.
My man say, why pay for it when you can get it for free? Mm.
That is true. And see, that's the problem. And see, that's why I got sons, you know what I'm saying? So respectfully, I tell them, look, if you find a good girl at school, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you, oh, play the girlfriend role, get married. Nah, look, be nice to her because you never know. That might be somebody that you be interested in the future. But I say, look, use your mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? Learn game. You know what I'm saying? Like, go up to a girl. Don't be scared to talk to her. See, you little niggas nowadays, I said, y'all don't know how to talk. Y'all find out her name, they gonna look her up on social media and send her a message rather than just
Mm-mm.
see her in person and be like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, holla at her. Stop,
Yo, that's
He trying
that's
to,
that's
he trying
that's
to
true.
turn his son into a macaroni. You know what I'm saying? He trying to turn him into a macaroni. I dig it. I dig it. No, let,
No.
let's get back to going out on dates. Let's normalize that again.
Hey, that's
You know,
what we do. Hey, we learn from dudes like my older brother and like my boy Willie B and them. You know what I'm saying? That's what we seen growing up. We seen them getting women. You know what I'm
macaroni,
saying?
macaronis. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got a little bit of my game from Willie B too, man. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid observing shit. You know what I'm saying?
We was
But
young.
he say exactly that. Keep it old school. Let me pull up that comment. Keep it old school. Yes. Ain't nothing wrong with being old school.
Mm-mm.
Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with it? Like people frown upon that, especially the younger generation. I hear a lot of my son even called me, "Oh, you an old head, dad."
My
Like,
kids too.
what does that mean? What's wrong with that?
My
Just
son
pray,
calling me
I'll be
pops.
old.
Like
I'll
shit.
take
just pray you get to my age. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Pray you
Having to
stay.
Hey,
explain how much easier they have it now than when we did back in the
oh
day.
man, especially LA. These kids now in school ain't got to worry about the gang bang era going to school, going through 20 hoods, and you only 20 blocks from your school.
Yeah.
But hey, something these young ladies got to worry about today. I'm talking about the lady that's like 21 to 28. You see these NBA players, you see who they getting pregnant nowadays. These ladies in their 40s. So what's that's telling you?
Shit. He went there. He went
That
there.
old that old cat
He went
might be
there.
that old cat might be some of the best cats you ever had in your life. Respectfully, ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? She
Hey,
gonna
like, it ain't even that. It's the simple fact that like the women nowadays. I want to say 31 and up now, who got their head on right. They like, look, shit. I know what to do to keep a man, and I know it's not just from sex. You know what I'm
she
saying?
she know what she want at that age. You see what I'm
you
saying?
know, these
Just
young
like a
chicks don't want that.
yeah,
Yeah, I will
yeah.
say
She
that when
know what
I hit
she
my
want.
30s, I was like, now I see what all the older people was talking about. Some shit in my brain just clicked, and I was like, yeah, I ain't got a lot of patience for no bullshit. I can see shit a mile away, and I'm definitely not entertaining no childhood shit. So you got to come correct.
Hey,
Real
Willie
shit.
B said all the NBA players on that comment and NFL players, he said they all be white. No disrespect. Patrick Mahomes. I know
No,
I
because
know
Drea
that's
got
Willie
that little
B.
black boy, didn't she? Ain't he black?
Who?
Who?
Who Drea got?
Jalen Green.
Ain't he black?
Yeah, Houston Rockets, one of their best players. 22 years old, same
22
age
years
as her
old. And
son.
what, 49?
39.
39. Is she pregnant?
Oh, hey, Jalen Brown from the Boston Celtics. Shout out to the Celtics, best record in NBA, my squad.
You
Um, he's
the Celtics ain't
26.
shit. What do you say?
He's
Who?
26, and he made it official with his girlfriend, who's 42.
And let me say this right there, that comment too. I feel like I would love for us to try to get away from that. That, oh, it's all white people. No, nigga, we doing this shit too. We doing
Oh
the
yeah.
dumb shit
Oh
too.
yeah.
It's not all white girls either. Dre is black. It's not. It's like that. That's that mentality. How many times we make jokes about it? How many times we hear some shit on the news, mass shooting, or something crazy, and the first thing we all think about is, oh, I bet you it's not a black person. That's that white people shit. But then the
Mhm.
minute we see it's a black person, oh god damn, and it's like because that shit is not. It's not racially exclusive. Like people are people, humans are humans, and we all fuck up. Period. So
You,
we
hey,
gotta
you,
stop doing that. We're dividing ourselves. Like, oh yeah, that's that white people shit. No, black people are doing it too.
you right about that. On the side of what you said, I know when people remember say condolences to everybody who lost their life in that DC sniper shooting. I know y'all remember that back in the day.
Yes, everybody
People,
Yeah.
swore that was a white man.
it was a white man, but when they found out he was black, and that's why I tell some of the not black. Well, they say he was a Jamaican guy. I
Mm-hmm.
tell the Jamaican guys in LA because they say, "Oh, I'm not black. I'm Rasta." I'm like, "You're black." You know what I'm saying? Like
I
that
mean, I kind
DC sniper was Jamaican. They considered him black. So that's what.
Everybody, when they came out that it was a black man, it was crickets in our community.
yeah. Nobody
Crickets.
said it. Right. Right.
But when it's a white person, I knew that white person gonna do some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
ignorance is real.
what do y'all think about that though? The kid that wasn't really his that I think he took illegally, if I'm not mistaken. Like he had a mental problem and he used him for that, and he got life in jail for that. Of course, he the one that pulled the trigger, but it's like, do you think he should have got life being coerced by that guy?
That's that's a tough question. I
Well,
mean,
Because I
Either
mean, the
way.
way that we see how a lot of people nowadays have gotten off of certain things, due to mental illness. Because, like you said, mental illness is real. You know what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you blame both of them equally? Because I think no, he wasn't a minor, 18 or something like that. 18,
he was
17.
he was a minor. He was a minor.
He was a minor. Okay, he was a minor. He was mentally ill, and he was a minor. And this
Right.
guy that took him along, treated him as a son, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever his daddy supposedly told him to do. Like, do you charge both of them, or would you charge
See,
that guy?
so when it comes to stuff like that, complicated cases like that, we actually do have the technology that can actually do brain scans, and that's when they would order in for a criminal psychologist or a criminal psychiatrist to come in and assess to see if the person is sane. And I feel like in that particular situation, that's when they should have utilized that and find out,
Was that
was
available
he
then?
mentally competent to make his own decisions, or was he not?
Was that
Yeah.
available then?
How long ago was this?
I think this was 2004.
Early 2000s, I think.
Because they started
Somewhere.
developing brain scans that started doing studies on teenagers in the mid 90s. And when I
Mm.
studied psychology, that's when I found out that they are capable of reading. They became capable of reading your brain reactions, and that's how they started to realize that teenagers are reacting hormonally when they
Mm.
get to puberty. Like they really are not capable of making rational decisions. That's why they're over the top, and it's, oh my god, my life is over. This boy doesn't like me. You don't understand me. Blah blah blah. Like their prefrontal cortex goes into fucking hyperdrive.
And that's funny. My grandfather always just say, "Yeah, so much bullshit going on in the world because can't nobody control their hormones." I never knew what that meant as a kid.
Yeah, it's your brain. It
Yeah.
really is. And some
And, it,
people are
and
more active than others.
and to add to what you were saying, P, like should the adult be charged? If this kid was coerced to do, some of these things or brainwashed every day by hearing the bullshit and making him mentally believe, okay, this is what I gotta do, then hell yeah.
I feel
Hell
like
yeah.
if he was brainwashed, then he should be in a psychiatric ward
A
and
psych ward.
not allowed on the street, because that means he can be brainwashed again. That's what I would look at it as.
Yeah, that's
That's
facts.
how I feel. You need to stay in a psychiatric ward. You're not saying to be in civilization and population. No.
Real talk. Real talk. Hey, Rose, man, we were speaking about the blade earlier, man. I know some of the stuff I had posted on Facebook, man. You
You
know,
crazy
shout out.
motherfucker.
Hey, shout out to the two urban girls. They had a clip, man. I guess there was a shooting out on the blade. A young lady, rest in peace, lost her life, out
Yeah.
there prostituting on Figueroa. Um, so like I say, man, it's dangerous out there, man. And it's springtime, and I hate to say it, in LA it's getting close to summertime, and everybody know when it get hot, it get hot.
The
Damn.
hormones, the
Sounded a
hormones,
lot like New York.
the hormones come out. I think that's across the
A
United
little
States,
bit, a little
period.
bit.
That's what
Chicago, Florida, down south, New York, everywhere. Motherfuckers just get crazy when it's heat. There's something about the heat.
now think about it. Down south stay hot a lot longer for like longer periods of time. So the crazy stretches are
Them
pretty
niggas,
longer,
really,
a lot
them
longer.
niggas really
But hey,
crazy.
but
Yeah,
see, hey, one thing down south though about when it get hot in the streets, like, and we know what that means. Like down south, a lot of people who ain't about that life can defend themselves with weapons.
Oh, because
L.A. on the West Coast, we can't carry out here.
yes, that's that. But you know what? You know what? Here's also an alternative of that. That's actually what terrifies me, because do you know how many road rage has ended in fatality simply because a motherfucker had a gun? Like, just got mad and snapped. Like, I feel like people aren't there. There's been a lot of cases where people are not really defending themselves. They just trigger fucking happy. And because we're allowed to carry out here, that's actually what scares me. I will go in Walmart or I'll go into Kroger and a guy will walk in, gun on his hip, shopping like it's nothing. My son is looking at me or like, "Mommy, do you?" And I'm like, just keep moving. And in my head, I'm like, I really hope nobody pissed this nigga off. That's all I'm thinking. Because
right.
that's all it takes. There was a Walmart employee that killed his employees. He
That
just
was like
snapped,
that.
boom, shoot him up. Like it was nothing. And that's what scares me, is the fact that we are able to carry. That's
Yeah.
why there was somebody that got shot by the grace of God. He lived in, he was almost paralyzed right off my exit from road rage. He cut somebody off, dude shot through the car, and it barely missed his spine.
So the backstory of what Hunted P was talking about the incident, what happened to the young lady. She robbed a trick, and her peoples put her right back out there, and she robbed the trick for $10,000. So, hey, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Ladies and
First and foremost,
She got her head
if
busted
you're a
open.
man with you got $10,000 on you, why are you going to get a something off the street for $100?
gentlemen. That's, I mean,
I
it's a
don't know
good
about
question. It's a good question.
And you know what's so crazy, man? Hey, to what we were saying earlier about the dating thing, like it's so convenient. People are so fucking lazy nowadays. They don't even want to put in the work. All you got to do nowadays, really, for the single men, go to a fucking bar, and buy a girl a drink. She already fucking horny. She just waiting for the first dude to get her a drink and say you look nice. But
Nah, not,
they rather go to the Blade and spend that little greenback for that 15 minutes of love.
let me
not
tell you something.
necessarily. Not
You might
necessarily. Not
you
Not
might
necessarily.
all, not all. But you know what I'm saying? Like how many all y'all know this. How many women nowadays out there be talking about like, damn man, people always talk about I look good, but I can't get a date.
Oh yeah, too many, too many.
I mean, what are you putting out there to attract that man though? You see what I'm saying? For the woman that may ask that. Same thing for a guy. Like, oh damn, I'm out here on the dating scene. None of these women want to mess with me. Why?
Yeah, I don't
What
know
are you
about that.
putting out there? What are you putting out there? What's the perception that people are looking
Because
at you?
I mean, like I say, I mean, real talk. This goes for both men and women. You can't fake the front. First and foremost, you can't run from who you are. You can't run from your fucking self. You know what I'm saying? So let's be real. You know what you want, go get what you want. Men, you know what you want. Stop lying to women. If you single and this what you want in a relationship, be upfront with them. If this is a woman, if you want this from this man, let him know. You don't want to come off as, oh, I don't want to seem like, yeah, all right. If I want this, just ask the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like stop faking the front. Be
I mean,
real.
I've always been like that. So
You know what I'm saying?
when I was on a dating scene, I've always been that upfront person. Like I'm gonna tell you
You
what
know,
I want. If I'm in a mood, like if I'm at the club or I'm at the bar, understand something. I am not. You are not relationship. Like this is. I'm not. We're not gonna go further than tonight. Just so you know, because we're at the bar, we're at the club. We both know what this is. But outside of that, like I kept it a bug. It was like, bro, we drunk. It feel good. I'm probably not even gonna like how you look in the morning. Because believe women think the same shit.
listen,
Wake up and look at a nigga, and be like, oh, but
what the fuck?
shit, fucking Hennessy. It's like, damn. But a lot of us won't even spend the night. That's another thing. We get the fuck out before Uber, Lyft, get me. Oh, I need to get out of here. But as far as the dating scene goes, like yeah, I was always up front. First of all, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna lay this shit out. Like, look, I got kids. I'm divorced. I can't have kids. Do you want to continue? Because I'm not about to waste my time.
That's real though. And I salute you for that because at least you giving a motherfucker the opportunity to be like, you know what? I want to pursue this, or hey, we
Yeah,
just
and
fucking
I've
gonna
had
chill
guys
for
tell me
a
no.
year. Yeah.
I've had guys tell me no, like no, you can't, and I'd be like, okay, like I understand. If I feel like I'm entitled to what I want, who am I to tell somebody else that they're not?
Yeah.
That's
They
stupid.
say, they also say, when you first meet somebody, you actually meet their representative. You don't
Hmm.
you meet them per se because they trying to put their best forward when they projecting themselves into whatever they are trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
I really believe.
You meet that lady version of that lady who be saying you have been promoted.
No, I mean,
I
because I
feel
mean,
like on
on
the
some
on
real
the
shit.
on the man side is you'll see the person he want to be.
Right.
That's what I feel. You're gonna meet the person that he would like to be. He probably not really that person though.
I mean,
That's
but
Mm.
on the flip side, we spoke about this a few shows ago too. Like you got a large percentage of these people in the dating pool out there that don't know what they want in a relationship because of the shit that they seen. A lot of people was raised in toxicity that they don't even know what to expect in a relationship. That's why a lot of men and women stray off what's
yeah.
good to them, but they accept what's bad to them. Like how many times that we've had male friends that have had a good woman and shit going on good in her life, but it didn't work out. But the lady that he chose with like 3 kids from 3 different dudes, or he want to make it work with something like that.
Yes. Yes. I definitely feel like we have. That's why I said in the beginning, if we focus more within ourselves first, figure out what's going on within us. Because first of all, let's be real. I feel like at this point, 80 to 90% of our generation, the 90s and back, got trauma. We got trauma. I don't feel like
and,
there's any way around it.
and
I
don't
feel
want to
like
admit it.
this, huh?
And a lot of people don't want to admit it. They scared. They scared to admit it. And a lot
That
of people
part.
want to come out with other shit. Oh, this was done to me, and shit like, yeah, come on, well, admit you
They
got
use it
trauma.
as an excuse. Yep, that part. They don't want to seek the help in order to. There are so many different resources in order to get help, even if it's not like therapy. Like you can just literally go on YouTube and just like listen to seminars, or just listen to people therapy give advice and shit. You don't even have to actually meet with somebody no more. You can just, they got it where you can text therapists. You don't ever got to go face to face with one. You don't got to go in the office. There's just too many resources at this point. They're making it more affordable, so it's just an excuse again. And I feel
Well,
like, especially for the black man, I feel like it's even harder because y'all were taught to suck the shit up, deal with it, don't you fucking cry,
Don't
and
know
carry
emotion.
the weight of your family on your back, which,
Yeah.
and then don't be vulnerable.
Yeah.
So y'all were literally had the cards stacked against you from birth, pretty much. From the
That's
moment you started walking around and you fell and you started crying, and your mom and daddy, aunt, whoever was raising you was like, suck it up. Come on now, stop that. You crying like a little girl. Last time I checked, boys and girls have emotions. What are you talking about? But we normalize this. This is what we were this is our normal thing. And now as adults, we have kids or we see this shit and we're like, oh, that shit wasn't normal. But then it's like, what do I do? You gotta
you
face
know,
that shit, bro.
hey, you
that's
know what? Hey, real quick to go off what we were saying earlier, like how they say the man who's doing good is the square, which is kind of crazy. In reality, he will be the tough guy because somebody who ain't got shit going on for himself, he only got to deal with the bullshit world. But somebody who's working that 9 to 5, he got to deal with the real world, then come home and deal with the street world. The square man, he got to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
it's like a lot of people don't look at that. So when they look at that man as a square, like the little nerd that gotta go work in the neighborhood where they don't probably accept people who look like him, but he gotta go deal with people like them, then
Yep.
come home and deal with people that look like him to say he ain't shit because he don't get down like them, but he the square.
Yep. And there's this bullshit ass facade mentality being put into the younger girls. Oh, he got to make X amount of money in order for him to just date. Bitch, do you make that amount of money?
If she dating a nigga that make X amount of money, he's got multiple bitches, and that's what I'm gonna tell my daughters when they get older. I don't want you dating no nigga who flashy because he got all this money, because
I
you ain't
take
gonna
that
be
as
the
an
only
insult.
female he with.
I take it as, I feel like if a man tells me what he makes within the first few dates, that's an insult.
mm,
It's an insult. One, you can't buy me. Two, that's not my business.
mm.
Because I'm
If he
not making.
splurge on the first date, you don't know this man, and he spent thousands on the first date.
Bro,
What is that telling you?
why the fuck I went? I swear I have so many fucking stupid ass dating
He
stories. Why the
tricking.
fuck? This is years ago. This is
He
years ago.
tricking.
I'm not dating. But tell me why I went to TGI Fridays, because I'm that chick that's like, take me to Longhorn or something like that. Like, don't look. I just want to go somewhere where I love the food. I went to TGI Friday. This man was pulling out stacks. He ordered, I swear to God, the whole fucking menu. And I looked at him and I'm like, we're like, why did you order this much? We can't, I'm not eating, like, we're not eating all this. And he was like, nah, I just love to have variety when I go out. You know what I'm saying? I like to try it out and da 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 da. I'm gonna take it home. He kept pulling out his cash and shit. And I'm just looking at him, and I'm not being funny, but this is like how I'm thinking. First in my head, I'm like, when I hugged you, you smelled like mildew. That's first.
Mm,
That's
mm-mm.
first. So whatever
Uh-oh.
money you got, go take it, your clothes, go get washed. Second of all, you seen his splurging, and you already told me that you live in your mother's basement.
Oh. Oh. Damn. Yeah. So I mean,
So
basically,
no, there
he
was never. And third of all, you had to wait for your brother to come pick you up because you don't have a car. So what's the point of having that money if you don't even know how to budget it? I have a family. This is shit I got to think about. I'm not about to date somebody that I'm gonna have to teach financial responsibility to because you out here thinking that you just want to splurge when you go out, but you living in your mother's basement.
respectfully, I gotta because I can't let you land right there. How did that date end? If you don't mind me asking.
I was very polite. Um, I don't even think. I think I finished my food, and then I waited for his brother to pick him up, and then I drove my ass home because I don't let people pick me up.
That's real.
That was it. Like it was. I was like, yeah, this was fun. Thank you. I appreciate it. And that was
Yeah.
it. I drove my black ass home. Like a lot of my dates ended like that. Like no. I had a guy tell me walking around the park. I said, your eyes are yellow. He was like, oh yeah, I drink way too much.
Wow.
And he knew from that moment we were like, it was. I was like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I got a.
I got an appointment to get to type
He
shit.
never called. I never. It was like he knew from that moment. I have
Yo.
kids. Why the fuck would I bring an alcoholic around my? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is stuff I have to think about,
Right. Right.
and it's not about judging them. It's I have a family, so if
Making the right
this is to go
decisions.
anywhere, yes, if this is to go anywhere, I have to consider them.
Yeah. That's
So if
real.
you telling me you drink a lot, no. You telling
Nigga,
me
you
you in your
finna
mother's
have my
basement,
kids.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. Real shit. Real shit.
And it's
Yeah.
not a knock on anybody living at home with their mother. What? Because I want to clarify that before somebody try to come at me. Because I'm the last person to judge somebody. First of all, we have to go home sometimes because it's hard out here. It's expensive as fuck.
Mhm.
Inflation is real.
Mhm.
My thing was you pulled out stacks of cash and was flaunting it, but you live at home with your mother.
Should have been able to have his own residence at that
You
point.
didn't even have your own car. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's why he got stacks of cash. He ain't got to pay rent nowhere.
And that was the thing for me. It was if you're not even trying to have goals or ambitions, I can't. I'm sorry.
But do you like hate on somebody for doing that? Not saying it's right, but just imagine how many other women it worked on.
Hold up. Can we address what Willie just said? First off, a bitch supposed to. First of all, the fact that you just called her a bitch is where you went wrong at. Because if you want a bitch to love you, you gonna get a dog. To love you for what you got. Wait, love you for you and not what you got. All right, but let's be real. We live we live on Earth where we need resources in order to survive. Nobody lives in a place where shit is handed to us free. Um, I don't need a materialistic woman because as soon as motherfuckers that got more than you, it's a wrap. No, I'm talking about the fact that I got light bills. We gonna have gas bill. We gonna need groceries. We gonna need shit to build an empire. So if you can't be financially responsible, then what's the point of pouring into you? Like I gotta teach you how to do this shit. You didn't even come into this with like, yes, I live at home with my mom, but I'm saving for da 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 da. I'm working on da 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 da. It was, oh, I want to be a rapper.
Let
I
me
be in
ask
the
y'all,
studio every
let me
day.
ask y'all a question. Like in the black community, are we really taught financial literacy?
No, we're not, but it's up to us to learn it.
Hell no.
No, we're not. But it's up
Hey,
to us to learn it. I came from a home where let me
hey, Brooklyn, did that guy who showed that money to you, was that the first and last time y'all spoke?
yes. Yes. Because I don't give a fuck about what you make. I don't make that. That's not mine. I come from a family. My mother, one lesson she did drill in my head was you don't rely on anybody for nothing. If you want something, you go fucking get it. Now, if somebody is willing to help you with it, if someone is willing to gift you with it, that is a blessing and never to be taken for granted. But you don't sit around and feel like they owe you a damn thing.
Well, see, that's the confusion. Most of the women you see nowadays, like I said, I know it's social media, and I don't believe everything I see on that. But just going off that, since we've been talking about that, a lot of the women you see on social media will say that they were raised with the same morals. That I don't depend on a nigga for shit. Boo boo with it. Oh, but he gotta have this. Well, why he gotta have
Exactly.
that?
Exactly. And that's the part that never makes sense to me. That's the part that never ever. First of all, let's be real. This is how I think. This is really how I think. If I meet a man and let's just say hypothetically I'm making let's just say a hypothetical number, I'm making 45,000 a year, right? Let's say homie's making 45,000 a year. Somebody be like, oh, I heard a woman, and I talked about this on my live. I think Callie, you was on there. She was like, if you make 50,000 or less, you shouldn't date. Courtship costs, blah 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 blah. So I'm like,
What?
oh, okay. Now this is how I think. You make 45, I make 45. Ain't that like 90,000? We about to be
But
at the
that's
hundred
what
thousand
you
mark. You see,
think. Yeah.
that's how
That's,
I'm thinking. I'm
yeah.
thinking of, oh, when we come together, we're making this much. Not, well, you need to be making this much because you need to be. No, because if you fall, I got you. And if I fall, you got me. But we
Where
too damn
who
selfish and
does that
desensitized.
nowadays though?
Huh?
Who does that nowadays though?
That's the sad part. I guess that's
Oh,
why.
you ain't got it. Oh well, you got a month. If you ain't got it right in that month, get on.
That's the
There
sad
was
part. Cause
there was a story recently. I don't know if y'all heard this, and it's kind of on what we're talking about. um, this guy, had a woman, she wasn't working at the time, but this man, paid for her to go to college, earn her degree. He's holding down the household. He's paying all the bills, everything. You know what I mean? Her car note, her student loans, everything.
bro, I'm doing it wrong.
She gets no real shit. She graduates college, get this 100K plus job, and she leaves this man.
Oh my god, bro.
The reason for her, allegedly, for her leaving this man is because he didn't make enough.
You
He
making me
didn't make
hot.
as much
I'm getting
as
hot.
she did.
Bitches, I'm saying it now. Bitches like that make us look bad. That's stupid as fuck. And I hope somebody slapped upside her head. That's disrespectful and dumb as hell. First of all, I have boys and I have girls. I got two boys and I got two girls. So I get to see it from both sides. I wish
Yeah.
my daughter would come home and tell me that this man was taking care of her and he treated her like a queen, did everything for her. And now that she make this much money, oh, he not right no more because he don't. I don't care how old she was. I would take a slip of straight boy. I can't even talk. I can't even talk.
Man down like a motherfucker, yeah, for
And but
real.
you know what though? I'm gonna say it from the female side. Don't be the bitches that they chase.
Hmm.
Don't be the women that they fucking chase. Women like me, because there are women like me who are not driven by what you have in your pocket or what you make. As long as you got goals and you not a lazy dude and you respect me as a woman, you respect me, my family if I have one. There are women like me, but we won't get men like that.
Right.
We won't get those men. Those men chase those women and
What
then
you
they come
mean?
back and it's a vicious cycle because then they turn into the men that we end up getting, which
Mm.
are the broken ones.
The fucked up niggas. They done been through turmoil. Now you getting the shitty end of the
And
stick.
they fucked up. They head ain't right.
And it's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle because then the woman will get that man. Oh my
Nobody
God,
wants to get help.
we'll pour into you. I'll love you. I'll do this. They dump all that shit on us that they done been through. They take it out on us, unconsciously or subconsciously. Then they realize, like, damn, that's fucked up. Shorty really held me
On the
down. Da, da, da,
ass.
da. Shorty drained. Shorty like, nah, fuck this. I'm done. He go on to be great for the next chick.
Damn.
That's the cycle. That's the cycle.
Well, like I said, nobody wants to get help. Like, that go for men and women. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people in the hood, only thing they know is once you get off of, like, well, what women say, best thing to get over one dick is get on some new dick. You know what I'm saying? So like that doesn't help you.
Yeah.
That helps you when you're in your 20s, just not your 30s.
Wow. Hell
Yo,
no. We ain't even finna
That helps
do
you
it.
in your 20s, cuz
No,
yo.
no, no.
not in
Hell
your
no.
30s.
No, Miss Brooke, I can't
She
even
said
do it.
it's
I
not
can't even let you
beneficial
have
to
that
get
one.
to your 30s,
Just
huh?
like men have a very longer, to me, a much longer period of time before they want to settle down, women have go through that period as well. It's just we get called hoes and sluts for it, but we go through it too. Or we're not allowed to talk about it. It's taboo, but we do it. All the stuff that all these female rap artists be talking about, especially when Cardi hit the platform and she started talking about stuff, drugging niggas, all shit. I was looking at guys and their responses, and I was like, y'all think that's new? No, nigga, you just not finding out about it. We bit that was me when I was 19.
Mm.
Not the drugging part, but the other shit she was talking about, like Coi Leray, you keep blowing up my phone. He thinking the one I got for like four. You think that's new?
Mm.
That's not new. Like we've
Okay,
been doing that. We just ain't talk about it.
so with that being said, can you really get mad at the perception of man and woman now at an older age?
No, no, that's what I'm saying. No, I can't. And
So
it's
it's
a
like
Yeah,
women been doing the same thing the whole time, but want to say that with men or dog. But y'all been doing the same thing the whole time, but we just haven't talked about it.
women,
right.
women,
Listen,
women. No, no, now wait a minute,
listen,
because
listen.
we have done it. We have done it. Now I never once sat here and said I cheated on men.
I
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
that.
that.
We didn't say that
that
either.
was me when I was 19. When it was to get over one nigga, you slide up under another one. That's the same. It says to get over one, you get under another. It means he just broke your heart. All right, go fuck him. Not you mad at him. Go fuck him. It's he broke
But
your
if a
heart.
man do it,
Go
that's a
jump to
whole
him.
problem.
Huh?
But if a man do it, that's a whole problem.
No,
You
it's not.
chauvinist,
No,
you
it's
a
not.
male hoe, all
No,
these
it's not.
things.
That shit only started now. For the longest, it has been what did he say? James Brown. It's a man's world. Everyone has known for the longest time this has been a man's world, especially in the black community. It's the men, the men, the men, the men, the men, the men, and we cannot be ignorant to women being literally oppressed, even after we got free from slavery, after we got rights. Women still did not have rights. They still did not have an opinion. They still could not talk. They still could
True.
not work. And this came
Some may say,
after.
still don't, but
And I was
that's
just
just
about
my
to say,
opinion.
there's
You know
countries
what
to
I'm
this day that they still can't. And there's discrimination in the workforce for women, especially black women, today. So we're still fighting for that shit. So that's the problem, is that there's something I learned this in a relationship coach thing. He said it's like a pendulum. Too little on one side, too much on the other, before you find that center, which is just right. And I
saying?
felt like at first we were on the too little side. Women were afraid to speak up. But then the Cardi B's and the Megan, we went to the too much, and it became a competition, and it's women over men. We better than y'all and all this other shit. We need to find that balance in the middle where it's no longer a competition, like I said earlier. It's not who's better, who's a dog, who's a hoe, who's a slut. All of y'all had hoes moments. We've all had slut moments. We've all done shit we're not proud of. So, like, there's no difference.
Horizontals.
Horizontals. Hey, that's real. We all need each other. I do agree with you,
That's
Brooklyn.
what I feel
We
like.
gotta find, that
Balance.
common line. Yeah,
And
exactly.
stop trying to pin each other against each other. That's what I like. We become superficial. We
Well,
become
see,
desensitized.
that's the black community. The black community, the only way we know it, like our thing is revenge, and our part of revenge is to make somebody else feel how we feel. But my thing is, if you know how that feeling is feeling, why would you want somebody to feel like that? Like
That
going back to what we said, like if your man cheated on you, why would you go let the next man dog your body out? Like, what's that gonna do to him?
yes, yes, I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Real
There are
shit.
people like me that are what some people would consider. They say, "Oh, you love blindly because you've been hurt, and then you go and love the next man purely, like you've never been hurt before." And it's like, because he's not him.
You
It
can't
what?
definitely you can't definitely drag baggage from
Nope.
your old shit,
Oh, of course not.
expecting for it to work in your future shit. That
And no,
that
hey,
that's
and
not gonna
games are considered baggage. A lot of people tend to, men do this too to some women. Men then got out of some relationship that were fucked up also. Now, people put people through these games. You know what I'm saying? These relationship games. Okay, he got to pass this, that, and that before he do this, that, and that. Get to this. The stuff that they should have put the last dude through. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
like, like you got to watch out for that too. That's why they say people need time to heal, men and women. You know what I'm saying? Don't just get out of a relationship, get into the next one. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you will use that and fuck up the next relationship when that might be the one.
I've called it detoxing.
detoxing. Real
How can
shit.
you how can you detox when you got a weed shop on every corner now?
And that's it. And you know what though? That's exactly why I learned the hard way. Why I used to say, who is to tell somebody how much time they should take, right? Because some people bounce back faster than the others, I guess. I don't know. I've heard men say, like, damn, but Shorty was with next nigga like a month later, or dude was with another Shorty a month later. And I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't as serious to them as it was to you. But I will say I've learned from myself, speaking for Brooklyn, okay, yeah, you got to be honest with yourself. If you even still thinking about this dude or this woman, you're not
Yeah.
done, and
Yeah.
you gonna end up hurting somebody else. And I learned the hard way, trying to
Yeah.
befriend somebody. Like, no, I don't want a relationship, da 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 da. But I can't control what that person feels. So if they start falling for me, and my dumbass wasn't done with him, now I just broke his heart. And I
Brooklyn
learned that
got
the
a
hard way.
cold ass point. That's real. That's real.
I learned that the hard way.
That's real.
Hmm.
Um, you know, before we, get up out of every week of the show, we like to go around the panel and ask, people to give the people some news they can use. Since you our guest this week, Brooklyn, I want to start with you. If you could speak to any of the youth, any of our people, black, women, men, what would be some advice that you would give our people going forward?
Let's try to stop the competition, the unnecessary competition. Focus more on how you can be the best version of yourself and try to pass less judgment on what someone else is doing or what they got going on. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to deal with the consequences they do.
Facts, facts.
Yeah.
100P, man. Get the people some news they can use this week, man.
I mean, be more vigilant. You know what I'm saying? I said it before. You got to be more vigilant in everything, your life, your job, your relationship, your kids' schooling. Uh, Especially now, be more vigilant to what's going on. And I say that to say this: pay attention to what's going on at your kids' school. Like in my kids' school, they just have 65 new migrant enrolled children who don't have to go through the same regulations as every other kid being vaccinated of certain things for enrollment. And I say that to say this: don't let the people use your black skin for their finances because they use your kids for their finances in these schools.
Mm.
Um, Pay attention to what's going on. They're closing Morningside High School in Inglewood and a few other schools in Inglewood, for those
Really?
who didn't know,
Didn't know that.
Oh
because
wow.
of the low enrollment of students, which is mainly black students. That being said, which I don't encourage anybody to do anything. You make your own decisions. Me personally, as a parent with kids in the school system, if it's not benefiting your kid's education, you don't have to have your kid there. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Real talk. Um, Before I get up out of here, man, and Big LA, I'm gonna let you close us out. I got you, bro. Um, Again, I want to give a shout out to my daughter. She turning 18 tomorrow. That's a big monument to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super, super, super proud of the young woman my daughter is growing up to be. She's very responsible, very respectful, and has a good brain on her shoulders. So, baby girl, when you watch this, daddy loves you. Happy birthday. Um, I want to thank everybody that watched tonight. Willie B,
Shout
uh,
out.
Network, AK, um, Jeremy down there, wherever he at down in the South. I appreciate you, my brother.
My
Um,
partner in Canada.
my partner in Canada, uh, Big LA, man. Get the people some news they can use and take us home, my brother. Oh, hold on. I want to thank Brooklyn. Let me drop a bomb for this one for coming through, fucking with the Roosevelt show. First off, yes, we appreciate you for coming through.
Indeed.
That's
I
that's a big
appreciate y'all for having me. This was
that's a
fun.
big plus. This is the Sis, this better not be the last time I see your ass. We may have to do some on a different day to get some dialect amongst these men and women conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you
hey,
got some,
y'all not ready for that man versus woman battle on here, panel versus panel. Y'all not ready for that.
we try to put it together. So if you got some lady friends, sis, hey, let them know. Hey, look, we need to put this together. You know what I'm saying?
I was
Get a
about to
perspective.
say,
Get a perspective.
yeah,
Um,
he definitely seen me talk about it. So
Most definitely. Big LA, man. Get the people some news they can use, my brother, and take us home, little bro.
Whoa.
Protect your energy. Love yourself. Learn how to fully heal first. You came in this world by yourself. When you leave this motherfucker, you gonna go by yourself. Stop rushing into shit, man. You got a little bit of time on this big ass rock. Love yourself, love your people. Get back to the old school ways. That's why some of us still around. Y'all be easy.
Real talk.
Big LA
Uh,
just had a big horizontal. Let me get there.
yeah, let me
Shut
go. Hey,
your ass up, Hunter. You ain't heard nothing. Leave me alone.
drop a bomb for him. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Or like Hunter
again,
P said, go to the DR.
go to the
Go
D.
to the DR. Shout out Milo. Shout out to Stringfellow, man. Again, shout out to Stringfellow, one of the guys that's a frequent guest on this show. You know, they rededicated the police station to in honor of his father, the Edward J. Stringfellow, first black chief of Houston Police.
Shout out.
Oh wow.
And
Shout
you
out.
know, so you know, a
That's
lot of
big.
people who watch, you ought to know
That,
that his father is a historian.
that's big right there.
Yeah,
I
that's
love to hear my
That's
people doing
dope.
good. You know what I'm saying? We need that. We need that. Shout out to Taurus and Milo too, man. Um,
Houston, Port Arthur.
go to the DR. That's what I'm gonna say.
Go
Uh,
to the DR.
we love y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Roosevelt Show this week. Love from the heart. We got Brooklyn in the building, Big LA, 100P, very educational people. Get you a bar of this, man. Hey, Brooklyn, what's your TikTok? Where can the people find you at?
Oh, it's actually I underscore think underscore not with the number zero and zero T.
Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with her, man. Follow it up. You know what I mean? You might learn you something over there. Real talk, real talk. Again, peace, love, and hair grease to everybody out there, man. The Roosevelt Show. We up out of here, man. Yeah. I'm the coldest motherfuckers, nigga, you ever wanna see. Huh? Swag on high. Colder than a motherfucker. Yeah. I'm the coldest motherfuckers, nigga, you ever wanna see. Huh? Swag on high. Colder than a motherfucker. Okay, Rose is back. I told these bitch niggas once they gon' fold a snap. Tryna be a boss, nigga, pockets bulge and fat. If I could touch 7 figures, then your life will rap. Hold up, Rose about to show up. Go ahead and pull up. Y'all niggas need to slow up. Yeah. Okay. Status quo when they checking in. Book a Rose too, nigga, let the games begin. Circle small, don't fuck with no extra friends. So I won't lose out on no extra ends. And it's knowledge over everything, bless the king. Yes. Yeah, I'm the king on the throne, never spread it thin. Yes. Yeah, I'm the coldest motherfucker when it's blessing them. And I be getting my dick sucked at the western end. Oh shit. I'm the coldest motherfuckers, nigga, you ever wanna see.